Are you looking for peace of mind at your doorstep? Look no further. With the Blink Video Doorbell, your home's entrance is always within your control. Check out the link in the video description to learn more and get your Blink Video Doorbell on Amazon. Your home is in your hands.
BBC boss Tim Davie has admitted he knew Huw Edwards' arrest was over the most serious level of sex abuse pics, but kept paying him. In an interview with BBC News Tonight, Tim Davie said the corporation had taken difficult decisions in a fair and judicious manner. Asked about how much the BBC was told in November, he said, "We knew it was serious, we knew no specifics, apart from the category of the potential offences. BBC bosses were not aware of the ages of the children in the images," he added. Asked about whether Edwards would still receive his pension, Davie said it was very difficult to claw back, nigh on impossible. Davie added, "These are unfortunately the specifics of how it works. When it comes to pay, again, legally challenging, but we'll look at all options." Davie said he could categorically confirm that the BBC was not sitting on anything that I think we need to share with the police, or is of a serious nature that would make me feel that we hadn't followed up properly. He continued, "I can categorically say that when it comes to the offences we've seen, which are truly horrendous, any evidence that is out there is not in the hands of the BBC. If I saw evidence of that, that is not a complicated decision." It comes after Davie was hauled in by the Culture Secretary for an urgent explanation of the handling of the Huw Edwards scandal. News at 10 anchor and face of the BBC Edwards pleaded guilty to 3 charges of making indecent images of children yesterday. The BBC has confirmed it knew in November their star newsreader had been arrested over child sex images, but kept paying him for another 5 months. Edwards, who had been suspended in relation to different allegations, remained employed on a full salary of nearly £480,000 until he quit the broadcaster on medical advice in April. Our channel revealed today that Edwards invited a young TV producer to stay in his hotel room at Prince Philip's funeral. The fallen ex-BBC presenter even sent a picture of the suite, understood to have been license payer-funded suite and which only had 1 bed, as he urged the producer to join him. But the young worker, who had been in touch with the star after meeting online, declined the offer, which would have in breach of strict COVID rules at the time. The producer was one of several young BBC staff who pedophile Edwards, 62, messaged with unwanted advances that became a pattern of behavior. The telly worker has now left the Beeb after also receiving unwanted advances from another of its stars. Our revelations come a day after disgraced Edwards, who now faces jail, admitted child abuse image offences in court. At the time of Prince Philip's April 2021 state funeral, indoor mixing was barred, leaving the late Queen famously pictured in mourning and alone at St. George's Chapel, Windsor. The BBC led coverage of the event, with pictures beamed around the world, and had hundreds of staff working on coverage of funeral, which included information on the latest COVID regulations. But Edwards appeared happy to flout rules, sending messages inviting the producer in their 20s to join him. The day before the funeral, he told the producer he was staying overnight in Windsor, writing, "Staying there overnight, then all day Saturday. If you're around tomorrow night, let me know." The next morning, the day of the ceremonial funeral on Saturday, April 17, 2021, he wrote, "Missed a good night. You could have stayed here. We had a nice evening after the show." He then sent the picture of the room, showing a posh suite with 1 double bed, mounted wall mirrors, a small sofa, chairs and a coffee table. In the corner of the photo, a COVID face mask can be seen on the seat atop a notepad. Alongside it, the BBC star, who had been asked if there was a spare room, wrote, "Not spare but plenty of room." The shocking invite came among a glut of messages Edwards sent to the young worker. Others saw him repeatedly try to meet the producer with invites to a pad in central London. Married dad of 5 Edwards started messaging after the producer, who looked up to the presenter due to his stature at the Beeb, followed him online. The TV host messaged the producer online and then asked them to switch their chat to WhatsApp. One of former News 10 anchor Edwards' first messages saw him say, "Hello beauty." The TV Huw